Hello and welcome back to another video. As you can see right here on your screen, this is a very beautiful pocket design, and I'll be taking you guys through the process of doing this step by step as always. So all you have to do for me is to make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are yet to subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's get straight into the tutorial. First and foremost, all you have to do is to determine the wideness of your pocket. How wide do you want the pocket to be? And how tall do you want the pocket to be? So now we're going to be working with the height and the width and the height of the pocket. So the wideness of my pocket is going to be at a total of 5 inches. And my height is going to be at a total of 6.5 inches. So pay good attention to what I'm about to do here. I'm going to mark out my 5 inches and simply cut it out. If you're using an original color stay, it will easily tear off just like this. But if not, you can just use your marker and your scissors to cut that out. So now I'll be cutting 5.5 inches for my height, and I'm still going to add the extension later. So pay attention here. 5.5 inches for my height, and I'm going to simply cut that out and tear it off. So now I'm working with a wideness of 5 inches and a height of 5.5 inches. So pay good attention to what I'm doing here. In order to make sure that both sides are accurate, align it and get the center point just like this. And simply just trim out the excess on the down part. You can see right here. You can see that there's an excess on that part. Align it at the center part and get the excess. And simply trim that part out. You can see that. Just trim it out. Just like that, and also at the top as well. Make sure they are aligned together and trim the excess at the top also. So now we are working with our accurate measurements. So I need you guys to pay good attention to what I'm about to do here now. It's very simple. So now on the M part, which is the down part of the pocket, right, I'm going to curve the edge based on the pocket design. So in order to curve that edge, I'll be taking out 1 inch from both sides. The side is going to be 1 inch and the down part is also going to be 1 inch. So I'm going to mark 1 inch from here. You can see that. And also at the side here, I'm going to mark 1 inch. You can see. You can see that. So after getting the 1 inch, I'm going to connect the two together. I'll connect the two sides together. Just this way, and I'm going to basically cut it out. See that? I'll basically cut it out. So this is what our pocket is going to look like. You see that? So I need you guys to pay good attention as we go step by step. The next thing we're going to cut is the side of the pocket. So you have to align the pocket as it's going to be. So now the gummy part of the interfacing has to be facing up. Before you do this sketch, pay attention because that's where your pocket is going to be facing, right? The gummy part is going to be facing up. So on that gummy part is where I'm going to start taking my measurement. From the side is going to be at 1.5 inches. The side exposure is going to be 1.5 inches. So I'm going to mark 1.5 inches here. I'm going to mark 1.5 inches down part, you see? And from the down part, I'm going to have 1 inch. And here also at 1 inch. You can see that. Here also at 1 inch. And I'm going to connect those together. You see? Connect that side together. And also connect this side together. Just like that. See what I have. So after that, the angle in the center of the pocket, that angle that we draw now, we're going to still take out 1 inch from both sides as well. So I'm going to mark 1 inch at the upper side, and also at the end part, I'm going to mark 1 inch before we cut it out in order to create that angle. So here, just mark out your 1 inch also. See that? And here as well, marking your 1 inch. And I'm going to connect that together. Doing all of this kind of design can actually take time, but once you figure it out, that's why I'm doing it step by step. So if you're doing it this time, you just have to follow the principle and you're always going to get a good result. After getting that, all I'm just going to do is just to basically cut that part out. Just cut it out straight. See that? Basically very simple. Cut it out straight. See what I have here? So this is what my pocket is going to look like. So after that is done, the next thing we are going to do now is to take our main pocket fabric, right? Make sure you leave some space at the top. You can see right here. Make sure you leave some space at the top and you leave some space at the side and also at the down part. Then after that, I'm going to iron it. Make sure there's a space in which you're going to use to fold at the top. So I'm going to iron it, then we're going to do the continue. Let me do that and show you. This is the final result after ironing it. You see what I have here? After that is done, the next thing you have to do now is to basically trim out the fabric. And while you're doing that, make sure you leave something like 1/2 inch at the side, in which we'll be using to fold the fabric over the interfacing. So just cut it out. You can see here also. Just cut it out, just like that. See that? So this is what our pocket is going to look like. So the next thing we're going to do now is to make a notch at those angles. Make a notch right here. Make a notch right here also. And simply fold on top of it. So right here, right now, all you have to do is just fold it like this. Fold this side also. Use your iron to balance it. And also here, use your iron to balance it. So all you have to do is just place a little bit of gum underneath the fabric. Just a little bit of gum under it and simply iron it down. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to cut my gum into 2 and simply use it all around. So let me do that and show you guys before we get to the next one. So after gumming it, this is what I'm going to be having. You see that? You see how smooth those edges are? That's what your result is supposed to be. You can see the top part. So after you're done getting that, the next thing we're going to do is the design at the center of the pocket. You can see, so in order to get that, it's very simple. It's either you stitch the fabric to the pocket design, this is the design fabric I'll be using for the design, or you just place an gum underneath it before you stitch it. But regardless, you're still going to like stitch it as well. So yeah, so far if you're enjoying the video, make sure you give that video a thumbs up. Just smash the like button at the top. It's as simple as that. So right here, just place your gum underneath the pocket at the edges, just like that. You can see what I'm doing. Make sure it goes inside very well. Just like that. You can see that. And simply iron it down. And also the edges on the down part, place some gum and make sure the gum actually melts and it holds the fabric very, very well. So let me do it now. So this is what I'll be having after that. See what I have here? It is glued to the fabric itself. So after that is done, I'm going to simply trim out that fabric from the inside. You can see that, just trim it out, just like that. And also the top part, I'm going to simply trim it out. See that? And these edges right now, I'm going to simply trim it out as well. So now, when you're trimming this part out, so also this down part, just trim the side straight. Just straight, normal. Just like this, you see that? So here, make sure you're leaving like 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch from here so that you're going to have something to overlap, just like this. See what I'm doing? Just trim it out. So your design is going to be placed above that. So this is what you're going to be having. You see how simple the design is, and gradually we are actually achieving the result in which we want. So after that is done, the next thing you're going to do now is to fold this upper part down and use your gum to hold it before we place our second pocket on that, the taller pocket on that area. You can see. So after that, the next thing you're going to do now is to cut the larger pocket area, that taller one, right? So now you're just going to take out the one you cut from the interfacing previously. You're just going to take it out right here. That's exactly what you're going to cut now, but it has to be a little bit taller, right? So we're going to add an extra 1 inch at the top. So you need to pay attention, and from the side you have to subtract half of an inch. That thing, that opening in between both pockets is what you're going to subtract from the side. I hope you guys understand. Half of an inch from the side and 1 inch taller. So let's cut the interfacing before we do that. So now on the interfacing itself, just basically simple. Just get an interfacing you're going to use. Add an extra 1 inch at the top. You see that? Add an extra 1 inch at the top. You see that? And from the side, you're going to subtract half of an inch. So this is very important. You have to get that measurement accurately. So from the side, subtract half of an inch. You see that? Half of an inch. Make sure your half of an inch is out and 1 inch is the height. You see that? Make sure that's accurate. See that here also. After you get that, the next thing, I'm just going to mark it on the fabric, on the interfacing, sorry. Just going to mark it. Going to mark the side, mark the down parts, and also the end. You see that? So let me mark this other side. Just place it on top, mark it like that. You see that? So I'm just going to connect it together from here. I'll connect this. I'll connect this. I'll connect this side as well. See, after that, I'm just going to cut out the facing. See that? Just cut out the interfacing, just like that. After that is done, the next thing we're going to do now, you see what I'm having here so far? We'll place it here. That's what we're going to be having. But first, we're going to need to wrap it with our fabric. We're going to wrap it around with our fabric before doing the finishing. So firstly, let's do that before joining it. So just get your fabric, and I'm just going to place it on top, just like this, and I'm going to iron it down. Just on top of the fabric, just like that. And simply iron it down, then we do the folding before we do the stitching. So after gumming it, you see what I have? I trim out all of the edges. So all of these edges, I'm going to use my Emi gum to fold them down. Place your Emi gum underneath, fold this side. You see that? Fold this side also. See that? You're going to fold the down part as well, the side. Place your Emi gum and make sure it's holds very well before we stitch it to the main pocket. So let me do that and show you guys the results. Just cut your Emi gum into two so that it will not be too thick. So after folding, this is what I'm going to be having. You see what I have here so far. So all you have to do is basically very simple. You just have to stitch it to that edge all the way round in order to get it accurate and make sure it is accurate as possible. And the flower design is just showing a little bit all around the pocket. You see that? So just go ahead and do the stitching, or you can use your Emi gum to hold it down as well. So after that, this is what we're going to be having after you run the stitch all around the edge. So at the back side, this is what the back is going to look like. And to do the final finishing, all you have to do is just to fold all of the edge of the pockets, fold them around. On this side also, just fold it upward like this, fold it like this. See that? Very simple. And also here, fold it all the way to the top. So let me do the folding and show you guys. This is what you're going to be having. It's a very, very simple design. See how beautiful this is looking. Damn, so madly beautiful. So stitch it to your pocket straight away, and your design is all about all about idea. So that's about it on this video. It's actually very, very clean. So I'm going to tag my metal tag and I will show you guys the final result. So make sure you give the video a thumbs up, smash that like button anyhow, smash that like button, and subscribe to the channel if you are yet to subscribe. I took several videos for you guys. There are several videos on the screen right now, like 3 videos that I single-handedly choose for you guys to watch next. So I want you guys to go ahead and watch that video next. This is the final result after placing my tag on it, and I'll be placing it on my pocket, on my main outfit, actually. So this is what you're going to be having. So give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on my next video. Peace.